All done.
Thank you. Ebony's ticklish. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you, Jade. Our 600th episode. After 16 years, the coffee's gone. They can't get it right. Harry's here as well.
I'm coming. Hang on.
We have 10 guests on the show. Make that 9 guests on the show tonight. Oops, never mind. 2,000 letters, 2,500 guests, and here's some more letters. Thank you, Travis, producer of our 600th episode, and for the last year as well. We're almost ready down there. Balloons, decorations, courtesy of Vinny. See all the kids? That's down there in the studio, and over here, they're setting up in the control room. Are we almost ready to go, Mickey?
Ready, Gary? Roll titles.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, 'cause baby, it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar on there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour. It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our very special show, 600th edition of Sweet and Sour, over 16 years. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for hanging in with us. Who's on our show tonight? We've got 9 of the best, 10 of the best. I don't know if we've still got Harry. Harry, you're sitting at the edge of the... You're over there. We'll see you in a minute. Hello, Your Honour.
Hello, Gary. How you going? Is my hat falling off?
You look sensational, sir.
Yes, thank you. Just for Harry, really. I know how he loves the red.
I thought you came straight from the council chambers.
Well, could I just say, just very quickly, Australia, my first episode on Sweet and Sour. It's great to be back. I came here and I was waiting in the makeup room, and Gary comes in. He didn't realise that I was here, and he says to the producer, who's on the show tonight, and Gary rattles off 3 names and with ease, and then he says, who's the 4th one? Who's the 4th one I've got on the show? And of course that was me. I'm sitting in the makeup room waiting for him to say my name, and he says, oh, it's Johnny Ganges, the mayor of the city of Bayswater, and it could be a real dud. And anyway, I very politely said to Gary, you know, a little bit of F you, and it's the town of Bassendean. Thank you very much.
I remember it well, yes. I didn't get overly embarrassed. Moving right along. Hello, Becky.
Hello, how are
I
you?
didn't give you the same experience when you first joined, did it?
Oh no, this is only my 5th time, so you're not quite there yet.
Well, you're a newbie.
I am, I'm a newbie.
Well,
I'm the
it's
baby
terrific
of
to
the
have
show,
you.
I think.
You are the baby of the show because
Not age-wise, maybe.
the lady just over here. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Gary.
How many years have you been on the show?
10.
10. Okay. And that might be it. Thank you for coming. And the chap next to you as well. Hello, Harry.
Gary, about 10 years as well.
You always give us a market direction up, down with interest rates. Where are we going?
Rates are on hold. This is the time to back into your mortgage, and if you can make extra repayments, this is the time to get ahead with your mortgage, because you're not going to see an interest rate rise before Christmas.
Ooh.
They don't do it. They won't do it with Melbourne Cup coming up next month. It's bad vibe. Bad.
Do they never do it at Melbourne Cup time?
Very rarely.
Jono, you're on notice. First letter. I've watched Sweet and Sour a little over the years. Thank you for that. And I've got an issue that you people have never considered. I've been called all sorts of things by family and friends alike, and I suppose I've got tough over the years, but I see the majority of people as double standard hypocrites. You see, I love sex, and because of that, I make a business out of it. I don't hurt anyone. I do what I love, but still, in this supposedly liberal thinking age, I'm made to feel like a leper for making a good dollar out of sex. My girlfriends, who thankfully haven't abandoned me, nonetheless keep telling me that my behaviour denigrates feminism. Well, I just don't understand that angle at all. I'm the one following my passions and refuse to be compromised. I see ads for not-so-discreet websites promoting affairs and effortless sexual liaisons for anyone who cares to access. So why then am I the bad one? So what's the score here, really? Do I represent the future and I'm there before everyone and therefore I should feel happy about that? Or am I a girl who's just oversexed but gutsy enough to follow her desires? I also have, and here's the twist, a gorgeous and very bright 6-year-old daughter, and I always ask myself, why wouldn't she grow up to be proud of her mum? It comes to us of DD. probably a bra size, I suppose, of St Kilda Victoria Jono. Straight to you, sir.
Yeah, Dee. Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is it'll be interesting when the kids say, "What does your mum do?" To see what you've told your daughter to say. But look, I congratulate you if you're happy doing it.
You
I
congratulate her.
Well, look, if she's happy and she has no qualms with it, and I think it's an industry that's been going on for a century now. I personally, I have to say, I agree with you. I love sex.
Hang on. What industry has been going on for a century?
Well, are we not talking about prostitution here?
That's been going on more than a century.
Well, that's what I'm saying. At least a century.
Okay,
there you
all
go.
right.
She's in the oldest profession in the world. So obviously that's why we need to obviously make sure we legislate the industry, make it safe for all the workers. But certainly, if you're happy and enjoying it and getting satisfaction out of it, I mean, like you, I like sex, and I'd just love for people to pay me for it. So congratulations, Dee Dee. And as long as you're happy, then don't give a stuff what anybody else thinks. As long as you're safe as well.
Love your hat, Beck.
Oh, thanks, darling. Well, I mean, I
John.
kind of agree. Whatever you do, my philosophy in life is whatever you do, do it with passion and give it your 100%. So I think at the end of the day, it sounds like that's what you're doing. You're proud of what you do. You're not ashamed. And that's what you have to do. You're the one who looks yourself in the mirror every day before you go to bed, and your head goes on the pillow at night. And if you're proud of yourself, then that's all that you can do.
She has a 6-year-old daughter, though. Daughter.
Yes.
What are the repercussions? What can be the repercussions?
Oh, well, it's not my chosen profession, to say the least, but I've got hair clients, hair extension clients of my own who are actually escorts, and they have kids, and they actually have chosen not to tell their children about it. But
the big question
they're
is,
still proud.
why wouldn't she grow up to be proud of her mum?
It is a big question.
Al, why wouldn't she grow up to be proud of her mum?
Because no matter what, it's a man's world.
Oh.
I did it again.
She can still be proud of her mum if in a man's world.
No, but the thing is, it doesn't matter.
After 10 years, you still looked at the wrong camera.
I looked at that one. Okay. No, but the thing is, like, I watched a program, actually I taped it and I watched it yesterday. It was called Fakuma, I recorded it. Fukama, about the sex industry in Japan. It was really interesting because apparently these girls, they start really quite young and they do it for money and they love sex, but once they've been in it for a while, they get out of it, especially the ones that get married or ones that are pregnant and getting married. But it's always going to be that taboo that a woman, it's not right, no matter what.
Just because it's a sexist industry.
Yeah.
Harry?
It is. It's okay, like when you're young.
6-year-old girl.
Mate, I think it's a short-term business that you're in. I'm compelled to say get in, get out. Basically, you say in there, people, you love sex, and because of that, you think of making a business of it. I've done a lot of business with people that love sex because I felt like I've been screwed a few times in the few deals that I've done. So I would keep it a secret, personally. Get in, make some money, put the money aside, buy real estate, and then shut that chapter and move on. And I would, at this stage, I'd wait till your daughter grew up and could actually understand the reasons why you're actually doing what you're doing. Because sometimes it's a good reason not to tell people why you do things until the time's right.
Is the daughter going to be ashamed or hurt? That's
Never.
the big thing, the hurt.
Never.
You know?
Never.
Why never?
Because they're family. Your
Doesn't
mum.
matter, no,
It's your
the
mum.
kids at
It's
school, your
family.
mum's a slut, your mum's a
that's
slut.
it.
Is there a potential for her to be hurt? Because I figure you can do anything you like on this planet as long as you don't hurt anybody. But as a parent, your prime concern is to look after your kids, no matter what. Guess what? We've got our panellists who are coming on, sitting over there, and we're going to cross to Nunzio, who's got a comment as well. Nuns, what do you want to say, mate?
Excuse me, panel. If the daughter grows up to be a hooker, like the mother, she'll be very proud of the mother.
Aren't we glad we crossed to Nuns?
And being in the nightclub industry for the years I met lots of girls that became hookers because the mother was a hooker. Believe it or not, or the grandmother was a hooker. So she'll be very proud of the mum.
They can franchise out.
So, does that mean that's potentially what's going to happen? All right, a quick one from Lewis.
Oh, I know a couple of hookers, well, a few hookers. Not that I've ever paid for money, because, for rumpy-pumpy.
Tell us anything.
But at the end of the day, everyone feels a little bit queasy when it goes to, a hooker. And, like, my mates, you can be a hooker if you want to. Nothing wrong with it. But there is something deep down in the soul. There's a little bit, she's a hooker. So who's going to be proud of that? You know what I mean? Like the man says, jump in, jump out.
Jump in,
They make lots of money.
jump out.
Loads of dosh.
Yeah, they make they buy cars and jewellery.
I don't know whether it was a good move that we actually had 3 men who were chatting for the last part of the segment. When we come back, we're changing the topic and we're changing 2 of our panellists. Which ones are we going to swap over to? Hold on and see when we come back. Sweet and sour.
Vote to keep me in.
All that racket, we've got a studio audience in tonight, especially for our 600th. But if you'd like to send us a letter to this show for the 601st or beyond, to send it to the address that's appearing on your screen right now, which is letters@sweetandsour.net.au. You can also give us a like on Facebook, tweet us. Anything else? Have I got everything? Website? Oh, you know, that's the same, Sweet and Sour as well, isn't it? There you go. You're reading it on the screen anyway. It's all good. And for everyone who does send us a letter, and we do discuss on our shows, we're going to send you to the movies, courtesy of someone who's been with us for many, many years, the very lovely Natalie Cameron. And the movie we're sending you to this week on our 600th is The Little Death. Have you seen that? No. Well, some of the kids here, they've said it's okay. Yeah, I've got some people to introduce. Because we lost a couple, didn't we? You can work out who we lost. Hello, Lewis.
G'day, champ.
How are you, mate?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, when did we sneak you in? Where's Jono? Were you sitting on top of him, or is he?
No, I came in through the roof.
Oh, parachute.
Looking for iPads.
Well done. Good to have you here. Hello, Lou.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How
Where's
are you?
Becky?
Well, I don't know. We sort of, shuffle past each other in the hallway, and
I figured
I think
they
she's
might be
getting
back.
some champagne, the
Oh,
bubbly,
It's
not.
not allowed to say that.
Oh, really?
Central Institute's a dry studio.
Oh, no. Well, I mean,
Under
like,
the-
for
yeah.
later with the canapé.
Non-alcoholic.
Here we go, letter 2.
Spumante.
Dear panellists, that's you guys. I'm annoyed. The media keeps telling me that Australia loves Wills, Kate and baby George, and that's why we will always have the British monarchy sitting over all Australians. Nice people and all that, huge celebrities, and I get that too, but is that how superficial we've become? Will the glamour factor prevent Australia from ever having its own citizens selected on merit to become the Aussie head of state? Please tell me I'm not the only one who thinks that as much as we live in a celebrity culture, collectively we aren't stupid enough to maintain a head of state system that will perpetually give us a Kim Kardashian in our highest office. And it comes to us from Belinda, Burnside, South Australia. Alex, to you first.
Oh, I can't stand it.
Oh, Wills and Kate you don't like? I like Wills and Kate.
I mean, like, God, no, just all this celebrity stuff. Everyone gets all caught up in
Sucked
it.
in.
Like, I always say I could never be famous because I would be telling everyone to get nicked. I would.
Well, it doesn't matter
Because,
whether you're famous or not. That's what you always tell.
You can't even go out with your hair messy, or you've got a pimple, or your G-string's showing, or you've had a bad night, or whatever. There's always someone there with a camera taking photos so that they can make money and sell it. Like, what's going on with that idiot, The Bachelor, at the moment? It's just pathetic.
Our entire culture, though,
It's
is
just all about
enamoured with celebrity. And this,
you know-
the point of this lady's letter is that all of a sudden we're clamouring to love these people and fawn all over
I
them.
don't. Never have.
So what will happen when we go to another vote? When we decide whether we're going to stick with the monarchy or become a republic?
Oh,
Do you want to stick
as
with
if,
them?
As if we have anything to say about that.
We're going to have a vote.
Oh,
We had one.
yeah, just.
We had one the same year that this show started,
I
16
remember.
years ago.
Yeah. Oh well, I wasn't here then.
All right, Harry.
I love Will and Kate.
I
think
love
it's
Will
great.
and Kate
I like,
too.
I like
I think
George
they're
as
a
well.
lovely couple.
And quietly, I think Kim Kardashian's very good.
But the question is,
Look,
should Kim Kardashian sit as our head of state? Or,
mate,
and by the
she
same
would
token,
do a fantastic job as a head of state. Imagine we'd all look fantastic, we'd smell great, we'd have new fashion, new clothes. The country would be reborn.
should do a whole heap for our economy, you reckon?
Have you seen
Have a huge ass.
Oh,
Oh,
Have you seen it?
okay.
It's about this
Look,
big.
I think they'll go. I think they will go to a vote again, but I think it'll get knocked out again. I think it'll get knocked out again because we're not quite ready yet for a head of state.
we're still
Don't we
not
have
quite.
English people here?
Why are we not ready? Are we not capable enough as a people?
I still think that we just have got that parental attachment to the mother country.
We're a bit young.
That's it.
We're
a bit young.
Rubbish.
What about what happened with Scotland?
Well, how demeaning for all of us.
That didn't work, did it?
You know, we defer. No, that's an economic issue. Don't mix up the issues.
Yeah, but they were trying to do it too. They were trying to be their own, and then they all went with
Yes, but that's an economic issue.
Well, if it was an economic issue in Scotland, they should have got the Greeks involved. They would have sorted it out. They would have sorted it out in a blink.
Oh, all right. Louise?
Yes?
Do you like them? Do you like Wills and Kate?
I do, actually, and I think...
Do you think Wills and Kate, though, are going to, because we love Wills and Kate, do you think they're going to keep Australia attached to the monarchy?
I think, actually, for the royal family right now, they've been a blessing for the royal family.
No
and the fact
question.
that they've had baby George, I think it's breathed
question.
new life, don't you think,
No
into
question.
the royal family?
But they're English people.
Yeah.
So we loved Nelson Mandela as well, but we wouldn't have him as our head of state.
I don't think we're ready.
Why not?
I don't know, I think some people are ready to jump and become a republic, and then...
What's holding us back?
I don't know, as Harry said, I think we're a bit young yet or something.
Young.
It's just a bit... Doesn't mean that I think that we're a bit young, but I think we probably are.
To the old dart for anything anymore. So, and we, you know, the monarchists even argued that we have our own head of state, which is rubbish, because our Governor-General performs everything.
Yeah.
So why would we keep
I
it?
just think the majority of the Australian people aren't ready for it yet, to cut those ties.
An Australian head of state, Lewis?
Maybe?
Louise says no, not going to happen.
All right, and you're asking an Englishman, a Jamaican Englishman. See, so I don't know, I love the royal family. I liked when Princess Di married, what's his name, Charles, because I got a toffee tin with Prince and Di on it, and it had toffees in it. It was wicked.
But we didn't get anything.
No. And
we got news coverage.
Little baby monkeys, Belinda, this letter is so boring.
It's not
nobody cares. I don't know. I like Will Smith. And
you like Will Smith?
I like Kate Winslet and baby Jesus. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. We got a comment over here, and then we're going to disappear. All right, straight over to who is it? Nuns has got a comment again.
Oh, no.
All right. Hang on, we'll get our camera over to you, Nuns.
Hang on a second. I just want to ask, right? Are we Aussie or are we British?
Good question.
Because you've got to make your mind up. Are we Aussie or are we British? Because if we're British, then you can't get rid of them. You got to support them and all that stuff. But are you Aussie or are you British? What are you? We're Aussies.
We're Aussies.
We're not
comment.
British.
We're going to say goodbye. We're going to say goodbye to Alex and Harry. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
You're going to sit over there, and we'll look forward to any special comments that you happen to have, and we'll see you at the end as well. All right. When we come back, 2 new guests. And we're going to be talking about what age is too young to get married. See you soon. Don't go away.
Happy birthday, sweet and sour, or as we say in my lingo, bon compleanno.
I'd like to congratulate Sweet and Sour on its 600th episode, which goes to prove that you can fool all of the people all of the time.
Happy 600th birthday, Sweet and Sour.
Happy birthday, Sweet and Sour. 600 episodes, that's absolutely fantastic. But I do have one question. Why haven't I been invited to the Christmas party?
Happy 600th.
600 episodes, huh? I've been here for over 100. Tried to leave at episode 2, and ever since then, Sweet and Sour is a black hole that keeps sucking me back in. See you at 1,000.
Happy 600th episode, Sweet and Sour. Mwah.
A good life is when you assume nothing. Do more, smile often, dream big, laugh a lot, and realise how blessed you are for what we have. And we have 600 of these Sweet and Sour shows.
Happy birthday, Sweet and Sour. It's a pleasure to be a part of the show. To Gary, the crew and the rest of the cast, you all do a fantastic job. Big loves for many more. Happy birthday.
600 episode. Sweet and sour. No. Happy birthday, Sweet and Sour.
A very warm congratulations to Gary Mitchell after 16 years and 600 episodes of Sweet and Sour, and especially to all the crews that have been involved since the show's inception. All the best. Cheers.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to to Sweet and Sour. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Welcome to Sweet and Sour, everybody. I'm excited. Good evening, everyone. Lovely to have your company. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. We're on. Good evening. You have to shut up now, mate. We're on. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. For the clap. Anyway, welcome to Sweet and Sour, everyone. Party's happening in here already. Welcome to Sweet and Sour, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company again. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you for the next fun-filled half an hour. Good evening, everyone. Lovely to have you here. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half an hour. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for the next fun-filled half hour. Terrific. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Wonderful to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. Welcome to Sweet and Sour, everyone. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. Good evening, everyone. Lovely to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. And a terrific lineup. Welcome to Sweet and Sour, everyone. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. Terrific to have your company. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. We've actually started. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. Some of the panel know the words. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you for the next. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. I've got to get a new script. We have two new panellists with us. Hello. Which side am I going? This side or that side? They're pointing over here. Lewis is pointing to me over here. Hello, Nuns.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm terrific. You're always terrific. What are you up to? What are you up to now? I know you've got a new company.
Specs now. I can.
Very smart.
I can see.
Very smart.
Easily, you know.
Have you seen The Judge with Robert Downey Jr.? He's got some fantastic looking specs. Yeah, and I thought,
You know, I spent $4,000 getting my eyes fixed years ago, and they said, as you age, your eyes will deteriorate. And I said, oh yeah, well, that'll take forever. Oh.
And you've hit it. I'm sad. But the specs are fantastic. You look terrific.
No, it's good, yeah.
Is that the first time you've come on the show with specs?
Yeah, I can see.
Oh, Nuns.
Very intellectual.
Very good.
Yeah. I look smart.
Hello, Carl.
Yes. Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, good.
Do you wear specs?
I do wear specs.
What are you, short-sighted, long-sighted?
Short-sighted.
Short-sighted?
Yes.
All right, let's see how short-sighted she really is with these issues. All right, you ready? Welcome to the panel.
Thank you.
Nice to have you. Ready, guys?
Yes.
All right. Lewis, you're on notice. Hello, Sweet and Sour. My beautiful 18-year-old daughter came to me only yesterday to give me the worst news I could have ever heard from her young voice. She wants to get married. She's a beautiful-looking girl with such a sweet nature that it was never going to be long before some charmer came along and tried to sweep her off her feet. Well, her 22-year-old boyfriend of the last 18 months did just that, and so she's fallen madly in love with him, and they want to get married. For the record, he's a nice boy. In my mind, however, she's just too young, and with life so full of opportunities now, there's no question she'll regret it. I know she's allowed to make her own mistakes, and that's part of life's journey and learnings, but surely at this age, where you are able to sample so much of life without restricting yourself, there's something that I can say to her where she gets the message that she can have her cake and eat it too. Her mother and I have been divorced for 10 years, but I'm sure she would also agree with me that our daughter is just too young for marriage. What could I possibly do or say here to buy some time for my daughter? I don't want her to end up as a statistic, and it comes to us not too far away. Jared of City Beach in WA. Lewis, is she too young? She's 18.
Uh-huh.
She's too young.
I think so. I mean...
Yeah, so do I now.
Yeah.
Life's got so much on offer.
When I was 21 years old, right, I thought that I was Jack Danny, Mr. Mature, knew everything, got married, didn't work out.
You got married at 21?
21.
21? This girl's 18?
Yeah. The missus was about 21 inches. No, I'm kidding, just joking. But no, I reckon 18 is far too young, man, and he's a good dad to try and, you know, install a bit of wisdom into your daughter.
What can he say? What's actually currency for a girl who's 18, who's madly in love, and when you fall in love for the first time, you just
like
wow.
Like a freight train.
It just blows you away.
Well, I don't know. He can just calmly try and tell her that life's not all.
Just keep talking.
Roses and
postpone it as
and gooiness
much as she can.
Yeah, man.
What's it all about then? Why can't she? if she gets married, what's the worst that can happen?
I think, well, either way, if she's that keen and he's that keen, then go for it. And if it works out, works out. Doesn't work out, then work it out.
Lou, woman's perspective.
I think she's too young as well, because there's just so much of, you know, life to live. Not that there's anything wrong with it if they're really, really in love, and that's gorgeous, but
and it might
can't
work.
they just wait a while? Can't they go travelling together? Can't they, I don't know, it might be against the family's wishes, but live together for a while? And I don't know, I just think, I honestly think it's too young. And I didn't actually get married until my 30s, but I was with somebody who I ended up marrying in my 30s from early 20s, but then we ended up divorcing and getting married again for the second time. So what do they say? They say...
Were you too young?
I think I was. Yes, I was too young. No, and what do they say? That you marry... what do they say? You get married the first time to, you know, someone you quite like, and then if you get divorced and you get married again, you actually marry your soulmate the second time. I don't know, that might ruffle feathers.
Is that going to happen?
Have you heard that? You know that saying?
Alex has heard it. Alex is sitting on the bench. All right, Carmen. She's 18. She wants to get married, but I figure you can get out of a marriage now. Not that that's a good thing.
Well, technically it's only a piece of paper, so basically I would be more concerned if she's having a baby.
The baby's the issue.
Yes, because at the end of the day, I've had a few girlfriends along the way, they've got married young and they've been divorced and there's no issues.
No
but
issue.
if you've got to have a baby, then you're tied to that person for the rest of your life. So just be confident in knowing you've brought your daughter up well and that basically the morals that you've instilled with her over the period of time that she'll just run with it.
That's very clever.
That is
would that change your perspectives over here if she was to get married but she didn't fall pregnant and had no plans for a family? Would you say, okay, go and get married but don't have kids? No?
No, but see, if my daughter was 18 years old and said, Daddy, I want to get married, depending on how mentally astute I thought she could handle, you know, out there on the Jack Jones and all that jazz, if she was bang on, ridgy-dig, then fair enough, do whatever you want to do.
Exactly right.
Nuns?
Exactly right.
Last word.
What's wrong with you people? She's in love, he's in love. Get married, get over and done with it.
We're raining on her parade, aren't we?
Hang on, you've already made your mind up. That's it, it's not going to work, they're going to get divorced. She's too young. Right, you've already made your mind up. Hang on a second. She's in love, he's in love, why not? Get it over. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, beautiful, move on to the next one.
All right, the mayor wants to say something. Come on, Jono.
Yeah, that's right, Gary. Us over here on the panels on the side, we're saying yes to marriage, and we've got a little song to sing you at home.
Here we go, schmaltz.
Well, here we go. 1, 2, 3. We're going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. We're going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Gee, I really love you and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel of love.
Oh, audience. You didn't know we had entertainment for our 600th, but there they are. We've got to go to our next break. People power or politicians to do it for us? When we come back, more of Sweet and Sour. See you in a minute. Thank you. Very nice. I've just seen the budget for the new wardrobe, so next week we'll all be in singlets. Anyway, here we go. And who's on our show now? Hello, Anita.
Hi, Mitch.
How are you?
Good.
How was the dancing lesson tonight?
It was great.
Did they learn anything?
They did a bit of cha-cha-cha. That's what they're doing on their bridal dance.
For a bridal dance, they're doing a cha-cha-cha.
Mix it up
Is
a
that
bit.
protocol? Is that what normal people do?
No.
They do a bridal waltz?
Yeah.
But anybody can do anything nowadays.
Yep. They're mixing it up. it's
Hello,
actually,
Harry.
it's actually really good.
Welcome back.
How you going?
I'm all right, mate. Lovely hat.
Yep,
Don't
thank
you just
you.
love the glitter?
Very nice.
Very
I
nice.
remember my bridal dance, it was called the Terrified.
Smarty. All right, here we go. Letter 4, Sweet and Sour. Why have our priorities deserted us? By 2035, there will not be any fish left in the sea. Entire colonies of walruses right now are starving to death. because the ice sheets they use to float on and fish for food have melted away. The remaining ice sheets are collapsing into the sea in chunks the size of cities every day. Our media is not reporting any of this, possibly because it doesn't sell. But it's real, and our entire world is heating up because of our mad levels of consumption, heating up the planet. In the meantime, our politicians are focused on waging war because we have religious fundamentalists stuck in the 7th century menacing the whole planet. And I can't work out why the uni students haven't taken to the streets. It seems that the only thing they protest about now is their own pocket and the fees they have to pay. What will it take to have people power refocus the world's attention on the health of the planet? Do any of you realise how catastrophic a position we're now facing? It comes to us from Melinda of Clovelly in New South Wales. Nuns, what will it take to have people crusade again like they used to in the 60s?
Oh, it's got nothing to do with me. I've got no children. I'm not married. I'll be dead by the time it happens, so I don't really care. But no, I remember
good to have you on the show.
Remember Jane Fonda and that movie Barbarella? Remember Jane Fonda?
I do.
Well, they take that pill and they touch hands and they
have sex.
That's what's going to happen in the future, right? There'll be no more food.
Well, I'd be protesting
There'll be no more food. Just pop a pill and that's your dinner. They're doing it now with vitamins. There'll be no food.
That's it.
Bang, that's it. Are you hungry? Here's a pill. Here's your lunch.
No, we're not having sex, Nunzio.
How does that actually answer this question? This lady wants to know, what will it take to get people to take up their power again instead of abrogating it back to the politicians and finishing us where we are in a plight that's...
No, I think every...
What will it take you to get up? What will it take you to get into the street? Are you too comfortable with your lifestyle now?
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with me. And with most people...
You live on the planet.
Hang on, with most people, it's got nothing to do with them. They don't care. They go to work, they come home, they pay the mortgage, they pay the car, they pay the bike. That's what they do.
That's the issue. People think it's got nothing to do with them, even though it's their planet.
Yeah.
Carmen, it's your planet too. What will it take you to get you out of your comfort zone?
I personally hate summer.
You hate summer? You'd get rid of the sun.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, as the years have gone on, our summers have got hotter, and that's because of the ozone layer. So if we all do our own bit, obviously we won't be dealing with this. But going back to the letter from Melinda, if she feels so passionate about it, rather than telling other people to do things...
Go and organise.
Well, go and organise it. Go to the local council. Go and ask them, see what events they've got on, or make an event. Be active rather than write to us.
Political scientists will tell you that not everybody takes to the street. You only need a small number of people to actually get an issue across. That's the way I see it. If you're really passionate about it, keep crusading. Okay, Anita.
That's the thing, there's no passion these days. We live in a very selfish and a very,
Well, you're not selfish, I'm not selfish.
No,
These
but
people aren't selfish.
people can't be bothered. People can't be bothered. It's too hard. They put it in the too hard
basket. But do you have time to be bothered? I mean, the banks have got me working on a treadmill.
People's lifestyles are a lot busier, and it's sad.
I have
it really
to keep
is.
working.
It really is. There's a small group of people that are very passionate about, putting forward, groups and things that can go out there and help make a change, but it's just not enough. Or people, they get to that point, they don't get the support that they need, and then they give up because it's just too hard. And we're selfish.
So we keep deferring all these issues to the politicians.
Yep, it's their job and they should do it. And it's really sad. It really is.
And we reserve the right to bitch.
Yeah, we whinge.
What's the biggest issue in your life? What do you feel passionate about? I'm going to ask you all.
Oh, gee, put on the spot.
Well, you're thinking,
My
Harry.
health, I think, is
your health?
me. Yeah, it's about me and my health. So
what about the health of your planet, which affects you directly?
Yes.
What will you do about it if you're breathing in smog, if you're warming up the planet to the extent that you can't go outside?
I have tried to turn my home into a green home by adopting...
Well done. So we are doing things. We don't have to take to the streets, perhaps.
No, if everybody does that, I mean, the solar panels are all put down and, starting...
Harry, your take on this?
Mate, forget the protesting. It's all about action and what you do.
Get it done.
That's it. So basically you need to start recycling. You need to stop wasting electricity, wasting resources, being careful with what it is that you do. And what will happen is that it will slowly bring everything back into some form of order. However, the planet does every 40,000 years experience an ice age, and it's just one of those things. It may, like Nunzio said, will be long gone in 40,000 years. And you know, these things have happened in the past and may happen again in the future. But as far as attacking the religious fundamentalists and blaming the uni students, I agree with the rest of the panel. Melinda, if you want something to change and you feel so passionate about it,
Get out
there
it.
and do something about it.
Don't wait for anybody else.
That's it.
What's the thing you feel strongly about?
Oh, Formula One. Just love it. Absolutely love it. I breathe it. I listen to it. I replay races. And I think Daniel Ricciardo should be the next world leader.
The thing you feel passionate about? Nuns, what's the thing you feel passionate about most at the moment?
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I'm not really...
Passionate about anything?
No,
what about your pocket?
No, I'm very relaxed at the moment. I'm kind of chilled out. I'm not really, you know, I'm over the hill maybe. I don't know. I'm not.
Can't get these people to do anything anymore. Carmen, what do you feel strongly about?
I just want to make sure that the vineyards in the Barossa Valley and the vines all get watered properly, so there's enough red wine to go on for the next few years.
Well, let's see if we've got any comments from our panellists sitting on the bench. Okay, well, let's cross over. Jono, what have you got for us?
Oh, look, Melinda, I think potentially the media's not covering it because you're a bit of, I don't know, a bit of a kook, a bit of the extremist kook. I think to say that all the fish are going to be dead in the sea by 2035 is a bit of an extremist point of view. Obviously, there is global warming and we have to take action, but I think extremist statements like you've made, it certainly isn't the way. And sometimes we just got to watch ourselves because sometimes bullshit heats up the planet more than we're heating up the planet. So, yeah, just Melinda, if you feel passionate about it, get out and hit the streets yourself and we'll see what happens.
Jono's never got anything to say.
Oh, way to go, John. Less than 100
Thank
words,
you,
I can't
sir.
believe it.
When we come back, our last letter for the night, we're going to talk about how to cope with in-laws who you can't stand. We're going to put the planet aside. When we come back, don't go away. Our last segment.
I love my in-laws.
Hi, my name is Danielle Parnaby. I'm the assistant producer to Sweet and Sour, and right now the BTS narrator. So a lot of people at home probably aren't too familiar with the people up here, and so let's meet some of the people who actually fulfill these roles.
Hi, I'm Travis, and I'm the current show producer for Sweet and Sour.
My name is Michael. I'm the director and co-producer of Sweet and Sour.
I'm Matthew, and I am the audio operator.
My name is Hannah Josie. I am the assistant floor manager.
My name's Adam Fathy. I'm the floor manager for Sweet and Sour.
I operate camera 1.
The great thing about the show is not only are we putting out a half-hour show every week that goes to air in 3 states, but we are also a training ground for all the students here at Central.
I've been working on Sweet and Sour for about 11 years now. I started off doing CCUs and camera operating. Then I did a few other things like tapes, audio, and all sorts of things. One thing I do like about Sweet and Sour is we get to teach new students or the new crew what to do. I get to see them evolve from starting off not knowing much what they're doing about it and then being quite good at it.
I guess I enjoy the show because just an amazing experience I got from this, you know.
I started out on camera attachment, where I like coming here every week and just meeting all new people.
I like the atmosphere. Everyone's mostly always friendly.
It's definitely the experience that we get, being able to learn what a studio is really like to work in, and the people here are really cool.
My first impression of the show was watching the intro and thinking, is that Gary singing?
That was just a small peek into some of the behind the scenes of Sweet and Sour. We hope you've enjoyed. If you'd like to check out some behind the scenes photography of Sweet and Sour, check that out on our Facebook. We upload a lot of photos there. Thank you for tuning in to our 600th episode BTS special. We hope to see you for 601.
Terrific. We've had hundreds of kids train up through Sweet and Sour over the last 16 years, and 3 of them are in the studio tonight. Hello, Rachel. Hello, William. Where's Sonia? Sonia's in the back there as well. It's terrific to have you here. Terrific. Thank you for coming in. And thank you to all the kids over the years, and especially our crew tonight for a big effort. It's been terrific. Here we go. Last letter for the 600th. Hello, Mitch and Sweet and Sour panellists. I hope this is a common problem, because I need some sound advice, but I don't like my wife's side of the family. I could go on and tell you why each is a waste of space, but suffice to say I think they are all further down the evolutionary scale than the rest of us, and they probably are Neanderthals' closest living extended family on the planet. Complete and utter morons. Speaking of evolutionary scale, according to my wife's complete extended family, the planet is less than 10,000 years old. Yes, they are all creationists and non-thinkers. I just can't stand them. I'm not insensitive to my wife's need to see her family, but really, why do I need to go with her on family visits and take our kids to the lunatic asylum? I don't ask her to come and visit my family, but she does, and on all accounts enjoys the interaction with them. But how do I convince my wife that it's okay for me to stay home when she goes to visit the various branches of the family tree that definitely needs pruning? As well as being creationist morons, they are arrogant about it and the most presumptuous, small-minded dimwits I've ever had the misfortune to encounter. I am delighted to say my wife broke away to go to university years ago, but still keeps her family of nutters close. It comes to us from Paul of Naranda in WA. Anita, first up, he doesn't like his in-laws. He adores his wife though, and she goes with him to his side.
Horrible man. This is ridiculous. You've married her, so you need to... Well, how often is it? It's probably not that often. He's just got to bite his tongue and sit at the family table and just be polite.
Say nothing, just support your wife.
Yeah, support your wife, exactly. No matter... Okay, so you've had your little cry and your rant, but then it should stop here.
But his argument is she comes along to his side of the family and she enjoys it.
Well, I don't even know if that's true. He's probably thinking that. They could just think that he's an idiot just as much.
What happens if they are a bunch of nutters?
Well, he chose to marry her. You don't just marry her, you marry into the family as well.
Oh, that's a good ethnic perspective, isn't it? You marry the whole lot.
You marry the whole family, yeah.
You don't have to see them that often, though, do you?
Exactly. He needs to just pull his finger out and...
Just, you say
go
cop
ahead with it. Yeah.
What does he do here, Nuns?
Yeah, I don't know, mate. You know, if you do you marry them or do you marry the family? Well, let me tell you, if you don't get on with the family, you've got some big problems.
Exactly.
You know, I never had this.
He doesn't get on with the family, and he's got so many problems. He's written to us.
Well, I tell you what, you know, every girl I've brought home, my mum don't like them. My mum's an old Sicilian, 80 years old. She don't like them. And
that's about your mum.
And she says to me, you know, what she says, "Nunzi, be careful, because all the women, they're bitches." And I said to my mum, "Hang on, mum, but you're a woman." And she goes, "That's how I know." She says, it's true. Man, I don't know, mate, you got some big problems. Mate, when you marry somebody, and you don't get on with the family, you got some serious, serious problems. So you got to make the effort to get on, because if you don't get on, eventually your kids are going to turn against them, everyone's going to turn against them. And you know, when you marry a girl, you marry a guy, genetically, they are their family. Yeah. Genetically. So eventually your wife's going to turn into the mother.
Have you ever broken up with a girl because of their family?
Only if my mum said so.
Beck, what does he do here?
I say suck it up, seriously. What are the then vows? You've got the good, the bad, through sickness, through health, through all of it. Just suck it up and just go sit silently and keep your nasty opinions to yourself, because you're a big meanie. So just pipe down, go along every now and then.
I don't know why he doesn't try and make sport out of it. Try and enjoy it.
It
How do you
sounds
know
like
they
it's
don't
not
have
particularly
opinions?
enjoyable.
You've not given them the opportunity.
Maybe.
Never know, you might become a fundamentalist.
But I mean, he's got kids. Just go and play with the kids, or use them as an excuse, or some kind of buffer, or something. But I mean, you can't say I'm not going to anything anymore. And it doesn't matter whether she goes to his or he goes to hers, or however it is. You're just meant to do it. You're meant to support your partner, and suck it up, get on with it, go and smile, nod, and be merry and happy.
He's ready to launch. He's been very quiet the whole time. All right, Your Honour, come on, tell us what you think.
Yeah, Paul,
Lovely
look,
hat.
I have to say, you're my type of man. Anybody who can bring out the words in one letter: morons, Neanderthals, lunatics, dimwits and nutters. The one thing you forgot to put in there is actually describing yourself as an idiot and a dickhead. Because quite simply, blood is thicker than water. Yep. If you don't get on with your wife's family, get a divorce, because it's never going to work out. She makes the effort for you, and quite frankly, you're an arrogant asshole if you don't make the effort for your wife. So I think you can add a few expletives to yourself when you're talking about your wife's family.
What would you suggest to him as a conversation starter for his family?
Well, I mean,
or her family.
Not religion.
Well, no, that's right. I mean, if the religion, if the
you
religious
don't know what you've got in common with them.
That's right. If the religious element is the problem, then you obviously just say, look, I'm not here to speak about religion. I'm quite happy to come and see you, and we'll talk about anything other than religion. Let's have a look what we've got in common, and there'll be some grounds there, whether it be local news, whether it be sport, whether it be music. There'll be something in common you can chat about, and just say, look, what's off bars and off limits is discussing religion. I love my wife, and therefore I actually quite enjoy coming to see my family. But if he doesn't do that, then he's actually being completely disrespectful to his wife and to his family, because they are his family by marriage.
Everyone on the panel has said you're doing it for your family. You're doing it for your wife. So do it for your family, do it for your wife. And Alex, who's about to sit up straight so we can put her on camera, has got a comment for us. Yes, Al?
You know what? It's got nothing to do with family. Just look after yourself. That's all that matters. You, okay? Enough said. Oh, hang on, he's got a...
And you'll be single.
Oh, shut up. What? You're not talking about me. No, really. You don't have to worry about her family or your family. You two got together for a reason, and that's it. Just think about yourself and your children.
But don't you think that, like, when you get married, you're also marrying into that family?
Yeah, but you don't let the family control
your
life.
No, don't control them.
It's your
All right,
life,
we're going to bring him back here.
trouble.
All right, thank you, ladies. All right, terrific. We've got to go. We're coming to the end of our 600th episode, and just before we wrap up, I'd like to thank some people who've made this show possible over the years, especially those here at the Central Institute. Laurie Hill, my co-executive producer, who constantly has been our strongest supporter to have us here down at the Central Institute where we shoot from, and we have done so for at least 10 years. Laurie, thank you to you. Thank you to for all your help and guidance and support when we've needed it most, because there have been occasions where we've almost been given the flick and Laurie's come in and said, no, we stand by you. So thank you to you for all your years of support. Thank you to Colin Lutter as well. Colin has been probably our longest serving crew member apart from Mickey. He's our technical advisor. He's part of staff here at the Central Institute, and he didn't want to come on camera, so we haven't got a shot for you. Thank you, Colin, and we hope to spend many years with you as in your capacity as technical advisor to the show. To all of our sponsors who have been with us for many years, Aussie Opticals have been with us, Natalie Cameron has been with us. We've got to thank well, how many do we have? All the guests that we've had who have numbered probably thousands, and especially a big thank you to the students who over the years have numbered, as I said earlier, hundreds, and the kids that land on this show and volunteer to work actually land terrific jobs out in the real world. So to all of you kids who are probably sitting back saying, yeah, I used to work on that, thank you to you. You've helped us get to this milestone, and to everyone who's helped us get to this milestone, we thank you. And the majority of the thanks obviously has to go to you, the people at home, who keep writing in, who keep telling us that we're delighted to switch on and see Sweet and Sour every week and support the terrific work that the Central Institute do and the students do. Thank you very much. My voice is going up. I can do half an hour. I don't think I can do an hour. It's terrific. So, in wrapping up, I say cheers to the next 16 years as well. Thank you to all of our guests over the years and tonight as well. Thank you to all of you. We've had 10 on tonight, 9 on tonight. How many do we have on, Alex?
10.
9.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We've got to go. Thank all of our wonderful panellists. Thank our terrific crews over the years. Thank our audience tonight as well for coming in. It's been terrific. And thank you at home. Good night, Australia. Bye-bye. Big wave.